Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I had intended to upload something I'd pre-recorded whilst I'm away from home for a few more days. I've been away for about 10 days, but I'm having all sorts of technical difficulties. So I thought I'd talk today with a bit of an update on what I thought about the spring release purchase that I bought. Kind of a favourites, if you will, now that I've had a chance to try them all. I haven't got all of them with me, but you can see that I've got a few Chanel pieces here. And also a few oldies that I brought with me and that I've been enjoying. So the main spring releases that I bought from, you will know, are the Chanel Delice collection, also the spring summer collection. That's the one with the oversized blush bronzer palettes. I haven't brought mine with me. I do like it more than I expected to, in a way, which sounds ridiculous since I bought it. I thought long and hard I wasn't going to buy to begin with, because to be honest, I've kind of got enough of the reds and browns. I don't wear a lot of bronzer. Bronzer lasts me forever. I don't do a lot of contouring. Maybe I should. I've got plenty of blushes, etc., etc. But in the end, I couldn't resist the gorgeous Chanel packaging. And two things I will say about that item without it here to show you. Number one, it is more versatile than I expected, because certainly the lighter one that I bought, I can use the bronzer contouring on the eye. It's a very nice, neutral, everyday, almost one look and done eye shade. The blush, the highlighter, very usable, all in one palette. Number two, and this might be a negative for a lot of people, it's a lot less pigmented than I expected, much more of a kind of colour wash. I don't have to be careful with the vivid red at all, really, with an ordinary blush brush. So some people would regard that as a real con, particularly for the price you're paying. It actually suits me fairly well, but I think that's something to be aware of. And the same is probably true of the eye palette in the Delice collection. You'll know if you watch, I bought 3 palettes, which I think are, they have certain similarities. I bought the Chanel one, first of all, from Les Delices, which is the powder. You know the drill. It's this one, the really pretty Easter egg colours, as I call them, and some Easter eggs in the background. And I really like this palette. You can see I have used it a fair bit. This is a useful colour as a kind of neutral. I haven't worn it as much as the other 3 that kind of make a very pretty spring eye. I'm going to link in the description box below a video from a YouTuber, professional makeup artist called Sherry Voyage. Some of you will have watched before. She's a really excellent demonstrator of luxury makeup products, and I often get good ideas for applying my makeup in different ways from her videos, even though her appearance, skin tone, hair colouring, eye colouring, everything is about as far away from mine, as well as her age. I mean, she's not a youngster, but she's not my age. Far away as possible to be, but she's really good at explaining things and how to adapt things. And I found her video on using this palette, particularly making a kind of tricolour colour wash eye, and also how she uses the multiple stick. Really interesting, and they do work. So I'm going to link that below for those of you who haven't seen any of her videos. So this one I bought. I also bought the Chantecaille one, which is similar in that it features a yellow. It's my least favourite of the three I bought. It has an absolutely beautiful multifaceted taupe, which doesn't, this palette doesn't feature anything like that, which I'm using a lot. But the other shadows in that palette, I'm not finding myself drawn to using the way I am this palette. And then the third one that I bought, and I nearly brought away with me, is the Suku, and I've only had that a very short time. I think that is a beautiful palette, and I'm likely to go on wearing that into the summer. The similarity is, again, it also features a yellow, a much more vibrant yellow than this one, which is a little harder for me to use. But the other colours are just gorgeous. So that one's in my other videos, and I really do like that palette. I think the quality is exceptional, better quality than this, to be honest. But I do like this, and it's very usable. So I'm glad I got that. Everybody said the star product was the powder Fantasy de Chanel, and they're not wrong. I would unhesitatingly recommend this, certainly for light to medium toned skin tones. If you're in the market for a combined blush kind of radiance powder, because there is a lot of luster and shine in this, but it's the most beautiful. You can avoid that a little bit by kind of going in the brighter corally pink area. It's not the deepest tone or the most pigmented blush in the world. It's kind of medium pigment, I would have said, but really, really pretty. I just love this. It looks gorgeous. So sad as I am to be starting to wear away the CC embossed decoration, that is definitely one to use. I was more dubious about buying another of these kind of, I call them multiple sticks, but I was tempted. There are two limited edition, or two new ones, this lilac one and a very kind of rosy pink, which I'm now tempted to go back for. I already have two of these in the more kind of colourless shades, a kind of goldy one and a kind of see-through one, which I haven't used as much as this one. But I did use it in the way Cherie Voyage advised under my base, which was actually a tinted moisturiser yesterday, not a foundation, which is how she uses it. And it worked very well. And I do use it on my lips and I like it. It would make some people look washed out. But for me, it's really pretty. So, and you can, just shove this in your handbag. So I am actually using this, and I'm kind of tempted to go back for the rosy pink one now. What else am I enjoying? Of new purchases, I brought the Hermes Plein Air Rose Atacama. Is this a radiance powder? I kind of call it a glorified highlighter. I have used it. It is beautiful. It's super finely milled. I mean, really gorgeous, silky texture. In terms of how it looks on the skin, I mean, gorgeous. I don't know that it beats my all-time favourite Dior highlighters. I do have a weakness for Dior's powder highlights, and it is terribly expensive. So I don't know if I would wholeheartedly recommend this if you're in the market for a highlighting powder. It is absolutely gorgeous, but is it worth the money? Probably not. On my lips, I have been wearing something that I've had in my arsenal for a bit. I don't think I've ever talked about these. These are the Rouge Duo Ultra Tenue. And they're a liquid lipstick in one end and a kind of gloss. I'm never sure whether it's meant to be a fixative. It does seem to fix a little bit in the other end. It is relatively long lasting. What I like about these is they don't dry out the lips in the way some liquid lipsticks do. Well, most liquid lipsticks. I don't mean glosses. I mean, inks or whatever you want to call them. It definitely doesn't dry out, especially with the top coat. And it is reasonably long lasting. It isn't going to survive you eating or drinking, end of. But compared to some, it's quite nice long lasting. So I brought that out with me and I have been quite enjoying it. These are part of their permanent collection, although not all the colours are available all of the time. I'm looking forward to receiving my Tom Ford new palette. I bought one of the 3 new releases from Harrods. It's not on the Tom Ford website yet. I thought that they're quite similar to each other. See if you can guess which one I went for. That's waiting for me when I get home, hopefully. I stopped myself buying more than one at the moment because they are permanent. They're not limited edition, insofar as anything is permanent in the Tom Ford collections. Yeah, so we'll have that to look forward to when I get back. But I did bring a spring-like Tom Ford that I liked and hadn't used a lot, called Rose Prism. Can't remember when this was. It's not that long ago. It doesn't seem like it. And I suppose we've got this kind of lilac-y tinged white and peach shade that are very much of the moment in spring. I haven't found... so pretty though. It's lovely on the inner corner of the eye. I haven't found my way entirely into getting a cohesive eye look with these. Gorgeous as they are, somehow they don't quite all work together with me, although I do love that one. Need another practice, or maybe I need to search around on the YouTube for people who were demonstrating this at the time it came out. A really oldie. Close your eyes if you're fanatic about throwing out makeup after the recommended time, because I dread to think when this date's from. It's one of the Tom Ford cream colours, and it's a relatively early one called Pink Haze, which I thought, is it starting to dry out? Did the smell test. Smells fine, but it's definitely starting to compact a bit, so I thought I really need to use this. But it's such an easy cream shade. How pretty is that? I love it in the summer, and I'd kind of forgotten about it. I used to use it as a base, to be honest. I'd use this with Nude Dip on top, or my favourite Enchanted, but you can wear it on its own. It's so shimmery that, maybe I'm getting to the age where it's more and more difficult to wear that. Now, talking of shimmer, the final thing I have to show you, which I'm going to put on today for the first time, I haven't worn it yet, but a dear friend who is here on YouTube, I won't say who it is in case you all expect a present from her, sent me this. She knows who she is, which is one of the sweet little Chantecaille luminescent eye shades in Elephant. Gorgeous, gorgeous packing. And you've seen these. They've been out for some time. They're the kind of one and done. Look how pretty and glittery it is. We magpies love this stuff. Super soft and gorgeous, bronzy, goldy brown, but with a lot of sparkle in it. Gorgeous evening shade there. Goes on superbly. So how pretty is that? So even though it's daytime and it's Cornwall, I'm going to have a little go with that and maybe some eyeliner in a minute. So there we are. Those are a few of my thoughts now that I've had a chance to use my spring purchases and what I brought with me. I hope you've all had a fantastic Easter holiday if you celebrate, or a holiday from work. whatever, and you're enjoying your spring purchases. I'll be interested to know what your favourites are. If you've got to the end of this lengthy monologue, please leave a thumbs up. That's always much appreciated by me. So until next time, bye for now.